You can see I went a little crazy on the distressing today. That's because we're going to attempt to do a more controlled version of dyeing your garment. You know, unlike a traditional dye bath, we cannot submerge these in a bucket of water for obvious reasons. So that's going to force us to do a whole different process entirely. All that mending, we finally completed the garment. Whenever I paint or dye my garments, I always wear something I don't mind getting dirty. I have to move everything actually. I want to trim the threads on this a little bit. Dyeing these are gonna take a while, so the less threads we have, the better. I don't know if I showed you guys, but I did put this in the washer and dryer. Usually after my distressing, even before I put the backing on, I always wash it. You can do a light rinse. It's gonna take like maybe 15 minutes, put it in the dryer, and all the loose threads are gonna come to life. Also, it helps absorb the dye and paint. I took the waistband off because I am going to do zippers to grommets. I like to get my brush. See what I mean? It gets everything. We're going to talk about the products here. It looks like a science project, but it is. Art is science. Okay, we got some cardboard. This is going to be going under the distressing so it doesn't bleed through. This is some dye, and we're using some wine red. Put a little bit of water in there, hot water, warm water. Warm water is key. And I also have this little squeeze cup. With this, we're going to be able to get in tight areas where we can't really reach it with a paintbrush. Some warm water, because we got to spray this down to make it moisturize after we already washed and dried it. Again, to absorb some of this dye. And then we got this soda ash. Now, this is different. You may have seen this in the past, or, you know, when you're a little kid, you went to a festival, maybe you tie-dyed some shirts. You probably didn't even realize you were using some soda ash. This is how we're going to make this dye permanent without having to submerge it in some dye fixative. So we got the soda ash here. We're going to put the water in it later. But, yeah. I'm just going to lay this down right on the table. I'm going to do the front side first. Just going to mist this down, making sure we get all the threads of where we want to hit. Also, if you're not doing the distressing, if you're doing this at home and you're doing a different spot, you could just spray down with hot water as well. I'm just going to slide this piece of cardboard right under. And since this area is next to the pocket, we're going to move that pocket lining back. And then I'm just going to cut some of these excess threads off that I missed and dip it into the dye. Remember, this is dye just with regular warm water. You see that? Look how beautiful. You can do a few coats. I'm just making sure to get all of the white parts for my specific piece. And then we're going to go over this again after we finish the backside. So now we can move to doing this one and keep going over some a little bit. It's okay. And some of that extra white I can easily cut off once it's actually permanently set. So I kind of separate this into 4 sections. So by each leg, so the front and back of the left, the front and back of the right. I'm gonna go over this one more time, maybe a third time to make sure it's saturated. Then we're gonna go in with that soda ash and we can wrap it up. I got some saran wrap, so that's gonna keep the moisture into this overnight when we just put it to the side and we're finished. And I'm also gonna use this to hit the little spots. I got like little dots on here. So perfect for this. I got the soda ash and I put some hot water in here. I'm just mixing it up. It's kind of like crystallized a little bit. Got a little texture to it I can see. So we're just gonna apply this on here and I'm just gonna see if I can make this dissolve a little bit. Do a little more of the soda ash. Put it right here. Nothing too crazy. We'll wrap this at the ends. I know I'm doing red. It looks like a whole crime scene right now. I feel like I'm Dexter. The same thing. Just remember to keep adding more dye pigment to the powder. You can kind of gauge the levels of saturation you want with it. I'm working with what we got. It's a snowstorm outside right now. For me, I don't care if it looks perfect, right? Because I know what I'm gonna create, and honestly, the imperfections to me are perfect. It lets me have something to build off of. Sometimes my mistakes allow me to create something different that I haven't seen without that mistake. You know what I mean? So don't get mad if you actually mess up. You know, nothing is ever gonna be perfect. That's what makes it perfect. Okay, both sides are done. So we're just gonna flip it over. I got some saran wrap on both sides, so I'm just gonna very carefully. By the way, this table is completely ruined, but I was planning on getting a different sewing table anyway. So this is my creative table now. I put the soda ash on it. I'm just gonna hit it with this to moisturize it a little bit more. Like I said, it has to maintain that moisture overnight. So I'm just gonna spray this up one last time. Got some more saran wrap. Just gonna line this. Just gonna wrap it up like a cocoon. Bro, it literally looks like I butchered something or someone, but we're done for today. So I'm gonna see you back in 24 hours. I'm just gonna keep it here and let it dry. I'll clean some of the table, even though it's my art table now, but yeah, it actually came off quite easily for some reason. I know I just jumped ahead a lot, but look how vibrant this is turning out, especially with the red stitching and just a nice faded blue in the background. It's exactly how I wanted it to turn out. So I got 2 orders to package up. I have to put a tag on this, and while I do it, I'm just gonna explain the next process. You're supposed to wait 24 hours, but I waited 12, and then I just rinsed it with cold water to kind of close those fibers. Remember, hot water opens those fibers, and then rinse it with cold water to close it. And with that soda ash and everything mixed in between, it's going to be permanent. You can air dry for the best results. For the flares, I actually did a regular dye bath to kind of match that color and transition into this purple. I think it looks really good. I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, the one con about doing this type of method, it takes more time. You know, for regular dye bath as well, you know, you can get it done in less than 2 hours. But since we're doing the soda ash and it has to be settled overnight, that's the way it's gonna make it permanent by time. Originally, I wanted to put some denim, but I'm glad I went with it. Nice color contrast. We're gonna get back to that. You can see this is my first version. It came out way too dark. This is the second version, a little lighter because I forgot to do it originally. That's why I wanted to do something fast. It matches way more than this. I'm making more wax denim. This is almost like for this, you know what I mean? I think I made the best choice with redoing the flare. I just started mending and I went in a horizontal pattern and it looks way better with the distressing because you know those threads go horizontal, so it's like popping out. I got more colors that I'm going to put on this piece. I'm not done with the stitching yet. That's why I didn't close it up. Got ashes and we got enchanted. My mic cut out, so I'm just gonna do this real quick so you can see how I package my orders. I appreciate all the love recently. I got a few more I gotta bag up, but we gotta get this project done first. You know what I'm saying? After all that mending, we finally completed the garment. I know somebody in the comments is gonna say, bro, you could have just done a regular dye bath. That is not true. You wouldn't be able to see all these colors blend together, especially with that shine of the wax, if it was just a regular saturated garment. But I left some of the colors to be able to peek through and blend together. And that creates something you don't really know what you're looking at. Every time you look at it, you might see a different color. Every time you look at it, you might see a different design within the stitching, sure you really haven't seen before. I love the actual silhouette and the fit. It's really snug. You can see I did the same method for this one without the wax, and still, it's so fire. I think it's been a great start to the year. If you watched all the way through, thank you so much for supporting me. And we got a lot on the way. I'm gonna upgrade a lot of my equipment. I want a juki machine. I need new tables. I'm gonna be posting this and some more wax denim. This year I'm gonna start pattern making and doing a lot of other stuff. So hit that subscribe button, follow on my socials. Check out the shop if you want to support me, GenesysUpcycled.com. We got free shipping in all 50 states in the US, man. I'm gonna see you in the next. We out.